Hey Rebels. Okay, so I would like to do a resurrection read. So here behind the scenes we have Psalms 1 through 3. It says, "Oh, the joy of those who delight in the law of the Lord. They are like trees planted along the riverbanks." And also, you have plan a vacation. So, whether this is a mental vacation, an actual physical vacation, if you are one who has never took a vacation, at least take the steps to plan it out. Go through the processes of what it would take to plan it out um, and print it out. Ah, okay. So, what does that look like? That look like you picking a destination, you researching that destination. If there's a different language that they speak from the language that you speak, you learning that language, you learning the culture, you learning the ways of the people. Um, how would you like to travel there? How would you get there? What does that cost? What would it cost for you to be able to, I guess, enjoy that time there? What would you like to do? What would the weather? Check on the weather during a time in the season that you envision yourself going. What things, as far as your home base, would you have to have in order to be able to do that? Now, yes, I understand. It seems like a lot, but if you are planning it out, if you are mapping it out, eventually, the odds are is that it will actually come into fruition for it to be possible for you to be comfortable with actually pursuing forward with it. Okay? So, as well, behind the scenes, it is time for you to journal, and not necessarily just about the things that you've been through, but Spirit would like for you to start a journal page or several pages, or maybe even a whole there it is, a whole nother journal about disrespect, the disrespect of yourself, the disrespect of others as individuals, the disrespect that others have had onto you as from you being an individual. It says identify insecurities or lack of. It also reads unhealed expectations of one's perspectives, choices. As well, it says forced conditioning, and also look at societal orders and what is that? Avoidance of being from the in crowd. All right, so that's just a bit to get you started on what you can journal about in regards to disrespect. No one has made it to this point of life without experiencing multiple forms of disrespect. So, this will be also useful for you in your planning, your trip, and your vacation. Once again, whether it's mentally or whether it's an actual physical place, because this will also help you to be able to discern places and types and prototypes that you would like to avoid yourself from. Because taking a vacation, you don't want to go someplace that you're familiar with. You don't want to go someplace that you will find yourself saying, oh my goodness, that was a horrible time. Why did I waste my time, my money, my energy on going to those places? Because what are you taking a vacation from? What are you vacating yourself from? What are you vacating yourself from? So, Spirit said in a moment. So, as far as this read of resurrection, Spirit, what is it that is coming to surface beyond the disrespect that you would like the rebels to look at? Your inexperience, your innocence. Okay, voodoo. We gonna get into it. Spirit say, just read it. I mean, just read it. Okay. So, in regards to voodoo, what is being resurrection? What is being resurrected is, I'm sorry, are those things that you felt have been an attack on you? Those things that you feel are, well, how do they say it? The odds are against you. All right. Also, you have just friends, the complications of platonic relationships and perspectives. Hmm. Yeah. Okay, so walk away and you don't own me. So this is a lot about the authority that you feel and that you know that you have of yourself. Here, annually and quarterly, you should be checking in with yourself and as well your relationships, your circumstances that you still have as consistence in your life. Caution of how you go with the flow. It says they are like trees planted along the riverbanks. Okay, those who delight in the laws of the Lord. Now, I don't know what your beliefs are, but let's just look at the word. You can even take Lord out of it, okay? But this is about you not so much going with the flow, because what happens is we get trapped into, okay, they're always there, this is always going to be a problem, this is all I'm expecting for this to always be comfortable when I go to this certain place or when I indulge in this specific thing, however it resonates for you. But do a quarterly and an annually check-in, and for who knows, do it every week. You know how you used to have like movie night Fridays. Take a step back. Allow yourself that time to take a step back to be able to see not just how you're showing up, but how others are showing up in the storyline of your own. Do not manipulate the characters. Be completely honest with yourself. So do not be afraid to potentially see relationships and others, etc., etc., others work, whatever, fill in a blank for yourself. Do not be afraid to see something disappear or not be there as the way that it used to because of your truth and your honesty. You do not want to neglect what your truth is of your experience. And it says, I choose them. So with I choose them, the disloyalty is what's standing out to me. Caution yourself of being disloyal to yourself, right? Same that we just said previously before. Your loyalty should always rely within yourself. Your loyalty should always, confirmation should always be towards yourself and do of no harm to others. Now, obviously, if you choose yourself, someone else is going to disagree with your choice to choose yourself because of how they felt you beneficial towards them. That they may even perceive that they have done nothing wrong. And true enough, they probably haven't done anything wrong to in your description of what someone could be doing wrong or in their description. But being disloyal to yourself is also about you permitting yourself to stay in situations where you are truly uncomfortable, staying in situations as well where you are not educated enough, or you have not, what's the word that we're looking for, Spirit? That you aren't equipped for to be able to handle emotionally or within this physical task that is required. There are often times that we find ourselves force fitting ourselves into situations and circumstances, feeling like, you know what, I should be able to do this, but why am I uncomfortable? And then you put this facade over yourself of, let me fake it until I make it. And the more you fake it, you realize that you're getting further and further from the comfort of being yourself in your entirety of what you can actually be, what you should have been pursuing to be. So then you have slow and steady. No one can see or know what it is that you feel or how something makes you see yourself. So Spirit really wants you to start this journal of the different forms of disrespect that you have experienced, not just from others, that were obvious or that was unbeknownst to them, and at times even to yourself, but the disrespect that you have forced yourself to tolerate because of you wanting to not be seen as someone who wasn't capable. Oh, it's as simple as that. Okay. And then, and at the bottom of the deck, you have unavailable. So the I choose them. Spirit said, make yourself unavailable for that. Choose yourself. 1010. Okay. 1010. Love 1010. Ren 1010. So with Ren 1010, it's an old cartoon of this. I believe it was the boy who was on an adventure with his dog, and his dog was on every adventure with him. So there's this energy of you having the expectation that you are supposed to be venturing off in life on this venture that you've been on with someone as a guiding hand of support for you. When you are well enough to be able to do this all of your own and of yourself, that there is no need for others to actually be there for you in support in the perceived cliche ways of being that we perceive support to be necessary for us to have, that way that we idealize, they say don't service false idols, right? And we forget that even the image that we put in our head of how things should be or how things have been for other is a false idol. Okay, so let's sit with that for a moment. Which way? This way? All right. Let's see. We have this peeking out. Temperance. Mm, mm. The Emperor. Okay, Empress. Five of Swords. Heading the other way. Ten of Swords. Nine of Wands. Eight of Cups. Okay, you want a third leg over here? Okay, sure, let's do it. Four of Cups. Strength. Justice. And at the bottom of the deck, overall energy, Four of Pentacles. Let's set that right there. Spirit would like for you to realize how much strength you have had through everything that you've endured, but also give attention to the spaces that you have put yourself in such deep thought about. Now, you've been aligning yourself with, what's right, what's wrong, and just dealing in those specifics. But Spirit also wants you to realize how much work it is that it's going to take for you to realize the specifics of how you have ultimately disrespected yourself at times and how others have disrespected you. So, interesting enough, we have the Eight of Cups here with walking away and you don't own me. The level of self-restraint that you've had to have, the level of self-resilience you have, the level of self-absorbency that you have taken on, even though what you have absorbed wasn't all yours. Yes, it all came from somewhere, and this is not to play or even portray that we're doing the blame game. This is about you realizing how many times with this strength card, how many times you have stared in the eye of the beast. Now, if you see it, the bunny is looking at this lion like, I'm not scared. Though I may not be as big as you, though I may not have as much as you, though people may not identify me the way that they identify you, the strength that it has taken for you to even face the things that you have faced and made it out of it. But now Spirit wants you to realize the many forms and the many different ways that you have had control the whole time. The many ways and the many forms that you have had to have self-control and even tolerance here with the Temperance for things that you did not have to go up against. Okay, so back here with the Four of Cups. there's a level of forgiveness that you need to give to yourself about how you have not seen yourself for all of the esteem that you have had. Now, there's this thing of people being jealous of you, and you're looking at yourself like, what are they jealous about? That part exactly is what Spirit also wants you to look at, because there's things about you that others are envious of, that they're jealous of, that they feel that you have no right to, but due to it being a part of your everyday, your go with the flow is just there type of energy. You have not acknowledged yourself wholeheartedly for who it is that you are and what it is that you represent. So all of this is being resurrected and coming back to the surface. Spirit wants you to see yourself as this empress, to acknowledge, not see yourself in as if it's a cosplay or a costume, but to acknowledge yourself and that you are worthy, not just of what it is that you have, but of so much more, because others are looking at you and they're seeing the much more that you are capable of, but you are not seeing it of yourself. Look at looking at this Five of Wands, the warfare that you have made it through. And after you made it through that warfare, you got to the resting period because all you thought of is you want to be out of the storm. And so you could rest. But Spirit say, go reflect on that storm and realize what it is, not just what it is that you're resting from, but what it is that you have accomplished through this war, through that warfare, the hassle of having to do certain things, the obstacles that you have actually conquered and that you have defeated, the disagreement points that you once represented and that you no longer allow yourself. So this journal of what is what disrespect looks like and what it has been for you is so important for you to be able to acknowledge you. And Spirit say, go deep in thought, go deep into the experiences of, and this is, you know, not meant to trigger you, but it will trigger you. If at the beginning of the journal, if it makes sense for you to write down front page who you see yourself as now, what it is that you've seen yourself accomplish, how it is that you identified yourself before you turn to the next page and start with the itemized category list of disrespect. I don't know if it's a pie chart. I don't know if it's a graph. I don't know if you want to put a person's name on each page. And at the top of the page, you know, it starts off with this person and what was disrespect. And then at the bottom of the page or on the other side of that page, there it is, on the other side of that page. How did you disrespect yourself by allowing that? How did you disrespect yourself by confirmation? By not being educated, more wise in those moments. And so you can look at that and you can grow from that. So now we're going to go back here. The number that you have is 1611. It says mindset creates reality. All right. So, with mindset creates reality, it says combines the energy of new beginnings and leaderships, balances harmony and responsibility, of ultimately encouraging personal growth and spiritual awareness, maintaining positive and optimistic thoughts and focus on your intentions to manifest desires, outcomes, and align with your higher purpose. So, though you walked away from whatever these circumstances, people, or ideals of things or idols were or are, realize you have the control of how you move forward. Do not abandon your experiences, because the experiences that you have endured are ultimately a part of who you are and the reason why you are becoming. We want to go here. Now, remember that vacation, mental vacation, physical vacation, whatever this vacay is for you, you will have such more pleasant experience if you can identify these things of yourself without punishing yourself for not being smart enough at the time, though you are wiser now, to be able to see what it is that you lacked, what type of energy you were in within those moments, within those times. All right. Ooh, 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 okay, we got two. And it says, don't back down. Don't back down. Don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. All right. And it says, clearing debt. Okay. Your self care involves removing the heavy burdens of financial and emotional debt from your life. You already feel lighter and freer just by facing this topic and making a plan to clear present obligations and avoid future ones as well. Honey, honey. All right. Ooh, somebody want to peek out. Okay, peek out. And it says, easy does it. There is no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect time. No need to force it. It's going to happen. All right. So this is not a project that you do within a day. This is, once again, let this be an individual journal of you going through your journey and reflecting on yourself in regards specifically of the topic of disrespect. Talking to your younger self and nurturing your younger self from all of the burdens and all of the abandonment issues and all the neglect and all the I shoulda, coulda had and I woulda had if I hadn't. Okay? All right. Love it. And it says gratitude list, baby. Baby, baby, baby. Okay, all right, all right, all right. We're getting somewhere. Spirit said, then get a thinner journal. Get a thinner journal or a thicker one, however you want to do it. All right. And make a gratitude list of all of everything that you should be that you should have gratitude for. Because a lot of this stuff you had the mentality of should have been took you out. All right, but it didn't. But it didn't. All right. Who. It says count your blessings and feel gratitude for what you already have. What you already have helps. It have for what you already have helped you to be centered in your heart instead of fixated on worrying in your mind. What and who are you grateful for right now? Keep focused upon gratitude and you'll discover the amazing generosities of the universe. Mm, And then it says, leap of faith. Take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. At the bottom, it says true love. The romantic stirring in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. So in doing this respect journal and having that category somewhere in the back. Okay, so at the front of the page, you're going to write how you see yourself now. In between, on one side of the page, you're going to write you could write the person's name however you want to organize it. On one side of the page is the things that whomever, whatever, has disrespected you. So you reliving your experiences. And on the other side of each page, you're gonna how you disrespected yourself. Once again, not doing a blame game. Where do we want to go, Spirit? Because I am so excited about this. All right. So excited about this. Okay, so this is not meant for you to be in a dwelling place. This is not meant to aggravate you. This is not meant for you to go run back to somebody and say, you know what I just realized that you did to me. No, this is all for you because it's in you. It's not on you. It's in you. It's not on you. It's in you. It's not even something that may be in them to be able to recognize. So once again, this is not about the blame game. This is about you being able to see you. This is about you being able to feel and understand you. All right, so we want to come here and it says clairvoyance. I am helping, okay, Archangel Raziel. I am helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love of yourself, of what the universe has for you. Okay, top and bottom. It says life review, Life review, take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. And in the top, it says counselor. You are a natural counselor, and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. Honey, 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 love it for you. Rebels, I, yeah, yep. And it's 1717. Drama alert. Take a few deep breaths and focus inward. You need time to think things over and just consider your options. At this time, you must rely solely on yourself. You might not believe it, but you are heading in the right direction. What appears to be a lewd in activity is just a natural part of the process. Rebels, I love and I adore you so much, honey, and the courage that it takes to be able to find yourself to this read and actually proceed forward with the guidance that Spirit just gave you. Not many can do it. Not many will do it. So even if you made it to this point of read, understand, not many will do it, and not many can do it. And you don't want to do this because not many have, and not many will, and not many can. You're doing this for you. Forget about what others may think. Forget about others, period. Look at your experience. Look at your experience. Heck, another part of the journal that you can even do is how, front of the page, how have you disrespected others? And on the back of the page, how they should have really saw you to hold you accountable, right? Been there through things where I've had certain experiences that I was none the wiser to what actual right and wrong was because I was not just the abused. I became the abuser to certain aspects of my experience. And I pulled myself away from being the abuser by realizing how I was abused was not one of those, well, they did it to me, so I should be able to do it to others. So I would even, in my own personal disrespect journal, would put myself on the front of the page. How have I disrespected others, and where it is that I wished that they would have been wiser to know and more educated to know that they had the every fucking right to hold me accountable. All right? So that's another one. So it says the perfection of your life, baby. Oh, yes, this is going to be everything to inspiration. This is going to be everything. It's going to be everything. Oh my gosh. Okay, top two cards. And it says, companionship and belief. Companionship and belief. And you know what? We do want to get a few of these cards here just to look a little bit deeper into being able to give a little bit of further guidance of potentials to look at. So you could possibly even need to, well, not even need to, look at your dating life. How you were seeking, how you chose to seek out people. One night stands, hooking up, dating sites even. Okay, surprise, unexpected actions. Unexpected change. Okay. Then it's only you. Focus on just you. Then it says mirroring, self-reflection, inner wounds. So this is even one of those things of, would you date yourself? Would you date yourself if you had not, or if you do not go about putting together this disrespect journal? Would you date someone else who does not see, or who is unable to look at themselves and see how they have shown up disrespect? Because remember that going with the flow, you're just dealing with things as how they come along. You're not looking at you when you're going with the flow. You're not evaluating. You're not doing inventory of, okay, is this still good for me? Is this behavior still good for me? Is this behavior, this way of being, still beneficial for me? Okay, so then you have shatter. So look at your heartbreaks. Look at your panic. Okay, there it is. Time, clock it. Times that you have had panic attacks, even. Okay, times of disappointment. Okay, because those are forms of disrespect as well, either of you onto somebody else, of somebody else onto you. But really, the center of this whole disrespect journal is about you, looking at you and your experience, not how the experience that others, no, your experience. All right. And then it says fired up. Yes, I am. I am. We are definitely fired up. Look at the things that have overwhelmed you, your emotional explosions, the things that crush you, the things that make you mad. Okay, introspection, how you show up. Observe you, because there is no one like you. No matter how common your story may seem to you, the how you got there is not so common. What you did to maintain is not so common. How you removed yourself is not so common. The combination of all those things and many other parts is not so common. Okay. We also have back here ambitious for earnings. So the validation that you are looking for, the validation that you have sought, has always been in you. The relevance is you. Okay? It's the pleasure principles, the principles of what is it that you even kept around because you found some sense of pleasure in it. But that pleasure defeated you, and that pleasure defeated your time that you were able to invest. All right? And at the bottom, you have obsession, holding on, clinging, can't let go, and your anxiety. Mm-hmm. Look at those things. All right, so we're gonna get this. I forget what this deck is called, but honey, if it don't tap into the toxic of the toxic of the toxic, we gonna just go ahead and pull a couple of these. Confirmation, confirmation, confirmation. I hear you. All right. Ooh, all right. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Oh, honey, I was thinking it, but it came out. On top of the bottom deck. All right, so let's look at the things that you felt that you were not taught, the festival goer. The things that you were not taught that you wish that you were taught by others. Okay. All right. Yeah. So you got the festival goer, road trip, student loan debts, confirmation. So Spirit would like for you to look at how you cope, your coping mechanisms, okay? How you get away, how you abandon certain situations because it makes you uncomfortable. All right. Spirit would also like you to go over your debt. Go over your debt, okay? Go over how you are managing your money. Spirit would like you to also look at how you are over consuming stuff. And I'm going to show you this already at the bottom of the deck. You have delete. How you over consuming things. So maybe you are a person who overindulges in food, or you are, a person who, that you started off with, oh, I'm just going to treat myself to something. And then you have become an over consumer of products, and you are hoarding things just to be able to feel like you have things around you. And for some reason, okay, pardon me for that interruption, but it's cool. But yeah, so you're constantly hoarding, or just what is it that you're hoarding? The things that you are hoarding, can you create anything from it? Does it have any benefit of you? Maybe you're hoarding for the fact that at least you have things, even though you don't have people, right? So look at that, because you have been disrespecting your finances somewhere. Maybe even if it's in the belief of, what society says that I should have this, so I'm going to go get it. Or you're chasing and following after trends, and you're not realizing how you are not properly investing in yourself. This disrespect journal is all about how you have not been properly investing in yourself, how you have not properly been invested in, but yet and still, regardless of your age, it is all going to come to that key point of, what is it, that gas station stop of, hey, so the responsibility is nobody else's but yours, right? All right. And then with night owls. Okay, and it says that, so maybe even you are not investing in your time, not investing in yourself so much that you want to constantly, you showing face potentially too much, those who you are showing face with. And then, you, let's say for instance, you're going over a friend's house to show face with a friend, or you're going to a family get together or a family member's house, or you're going to a club, or you're going to a festival or whatever to show face, to have part of the experience. But then you get back home and you realize that you are overwhelmed the moment that you put that key into the lock, because you know what's on the other side of that door. You have been avoiding so much, and it's nauseating. It's nauseating. So spirit wants you to not just do this disrespect journal, but realize what it is that you are doing this itemizing of, and it's time to delete. It's time to let go of. It's time to remove. Even if the removing, revolves around you having to remove a person, because that's the only energy. Like, you have to show up a certain way with this person or these people in order, for them to want to have you around. So yeah, you're gonna miss them, and they're gonna miss you, but you are no longer that person. And it exhausts you to have to continue to show up in that way, in those formats, in order to have that person or those people around. All right. So, where do we want to go? What is this? What is this? What is this? And it says, mm-hmm, it says, oh my gosh, resoluting from the fairness shown by with Libra energy. Fairness, fairness. So be honest, be fair, be truthful. You are not going to like most of what it is that you see, and most of what it is that you document. Documents, references, memories, and releasing. You are not going to like what you see. But remember who you are and whom you can become from doing this journal, from seeing yourself in your honesty, in truth of your experience. Okay? At times it's going to be exhausting. At times you may feel like, you know what, I need to step away from it. I'm going to say push a little bit further. Go a little bit deeper, because those points where we feel like, okay, this is too overwhelming. That's that part of your child, of your inner child, that's saying, hey, this is too much. I'm scared. I don't want to do this. But you need to get beyond that part of being scared and scaring yourself so far away that you turn away, that you don't ever go back to it. Push a little bit further. Coach yourself through it. Walk yourself through it. Remember, you're a great counselor to the point that you give such great advice to others. But do you embody that advice yourself? I heard somebody say, well, I would never tell anybody to do anything that I wouldn't do. Yeah, there's been a lot of times that you told people to do things that you wouldn't do, even for the betterment of yourself. Okay. Ooh, okay. So top card here, and it says meditate, contemplate. Top of the card here, and it says the bride. Okay, perfect match. All right. Anticipate signing a new contract or forming a new partnership. This partnership may possibly be in the realms of matchmaking. If it involves a romantic relationship, a wedding could be on the horizon. And I'm going to say this is a romantic relationship with yourself. Okay. You are mirroring and marrying yourself by investing your time in the quality and the honesty of this project. So, rebels, let's get you a number. Okay, 10, 11. Take action. This is a call to take action, to move forward. The sooner you get going, the sooner you will accomplish what you set out to do. Those with patience will eventually reap the rewards of their perseverance. Okay. Look, I'm a little bit startled with excitement. I definitely am. All right, top card here, and it says alchemy and transformation. And way shower. Ooh, 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 way shower. Okay, so educational entertainment purposes, but definitely use your own discernment, honey. Let that veil be seen through. Let that veil be lifted up. Let that veil be moved. Move the camera lens around in the images that you get of how you are. So even look at yourself as the main character of each story or each circumstances that you are jotting down. Look at yourself as the sidecar character in each story, in each circumstance that you're jotting down. Look at yourself as the outsider looking in. Look at yourself, put yourself in each person. If you were that person, what would you have done? But this is about you. This is not for you to take back to somebody else and say, hey, you know what? I thought about that and you shoulda, coulda, woulda. No, all of this is about you. Why are we coming back over here? Spirit say, come back over here. All right. And it says strategic action, plan, smart moves. Take time to organize your tasks, outline the essential steps to reach your objective, and be ready to adapt. Preserve and stay prepared. Your success is in your hands. Rebels, I love you so much. I adore you. Okay, I do. But remember that you're doing this for you. This is not for anybody else. This is for you, your nervous system, and your future that you have yet to live. And this is also for your past beings and versions of you. And so the parts of you that you didn't like, you have a clear strategic plan of how you apply yourself, whom it is that you embody, and you're going with the flow. It's going to look so, so, so different. So let's read this card again. It says, oh, the joy of those who delight in the law of the Lord. They are like trees planted along the side of the riverbank. So picture that beauty. But also, in order to have that beauty, you got to realize the destruction that caused you to get to the place that you are now. And the destruction that's going to guide you of, honey, not to what to avoid, but to just off that dismiss. All right, because going forward, you have to realize disrespect continues to repeat itself because you allow it. So Rebels, I love you. Go make your life do what it needs to do for you, babe. Go Rebels.